and one group is hoping to learn where the candidates stand when it comes to public parks.
Joining us now to talk about the hashtag Parks for All Mayoral Candidate Forum is Samuel Lankford from Fresno State Department of Recreation Administration. Samuel, good morning. Good to have you here with us.
Good morning. Thank you.
Well, first of all, explain what Fresno Building Health Communities is.
Building Healthy Communities is a coalition of organizations and citizens and faith-based organizations as well, interested in developing more parks, but also creating more access for all residents of the city of Fresno.
And you say One Healthy Fresno. What does that look like for you?
One Healthy Fresno means that there are opportunities for all residents of the community to exercise and to get out within a reasonable distance from their home in order to get the exercise necessary to reduce obesity and health-related diseases.
This is always one of the top things when it comes to ranking cities in terms of livability and recommending people move there.
Yes. And unfortunately, Fresno ranks 97th out of 100 in the country of a city our size in those categories. And we think we can do better than that. There's quite a few San Joaquin Valley communities that are well ahead of us, and you have to scratch your head and ask why. So,
what needs to be done? Somebody needs to take the initiative and say it's going to be done. And
well, we're interested in hearing what the mayoral candidates have to say about this, and that maybe they can lead the charge. So people want to hear that. We believe that it's easily done with the right leadership in the community.
Well, let's talk about that forum then.
The forum will have a variety of organizations there. It's at Park Grove Commons, so we expect to have a full house, and we hope to hear each candidate talk about their concern for the lack of parks and the lack of access for all residents in the city.
So the importance of parks in a community, a couple of reasons: it raises property values, safer to live. What other things?
There's evidence that it can reduce delinquency issues given the right kind of programming within a community. There's evidence that there's obviously environmental benefits of renovation and rehab of natural areas. Exercise-related benefits, obviously.
Okay, but we're in a drought. When we think of park, we think of lots of grass.
Yeah.
And we think of the resources it takes to keep up a park and make it look pretty and not let it get downtrodden and a bad place.
Right.
You know, so if you want to build more parks, then where does the money come from for the upkeep?
For the upkeep. Well, I think this has been the problem that we've always looked at it like a maintenance issue for the city. And most communities that have invested in parks and recreation have actually realized great economic benefits far beyond what the maintenance costs are. And if you think about places you personally like to go on a vacation or communities you like, I would be willing to bet it has something to do with open space, parks, and etc. So you're there spending your money in those places.
Now let me ask you, is there a formula? Let's say a city is 10 square miles or 20 square miles. Is there a formula that say, well, a city this size should have a certain percentage of their land dedicated to parks and recreation for the community?
There are standards. Yeah. So it's typically done based on population. So it would be X number of acres per 1,000 people is how they would categorize that. And that's one reason we're ranked down on the 97th out of 100 communities.
Sure.
Are there ways, though, to have parks and recreation that might not be as costly? You know, I mean, there's a park up on, what is it, like Armstrong and Shepherd or something. I don't think there are trees that don't need water. There's no grass, but it's still a meeting place. I mean, are these some of the kinds of things you're looking at?
Those are called pocket parks, and
Okay.
that would be a reasonable thing to do. Cities like Honolulu have done that, and then they've had the residents buy into being to maintain it. You don't want to get too many of those spread out, but we have opportunities with perhaps our canal banks to link schools, parks, and shopping centers quite easily, and really that's creating an open space opportunity.
Right.
People just need places to go and get some exercise.
Awesome. Well, thank you very much for coming on and explaining this to us.
Thank
We really
you.
appreciate it. Again, the Mayoral Candidate Forum will be next Tuesday from 6 to 8. It's at the Park Grove Commons Community Room. You can find that on East Clinton Avenue.